Is Cole Palmer the most dangerous player in the Premier League right now? If you think so, you have a pretty strong case to back up your argument. In a season and a half with Chelsea, Cole has torn the division to pieces, scoring 36 goals and grabbing 17 assists in his first 54 top-flight matches with the Blues. That's insane! Football fans already know what a baller he is, but there's some things you might not know about Cole Palmer, and here's 10 of them. Number 1. He wasn't the first to create his iconic cold goal celebration. You've seen it. In fact, you've seen it so many times, it's probably boring. But Cole Palmer's infamous cold goal celebration has an interesting backstory which goes right back to his previous club. When Palmer moved from City to Chelsea, it surprised many. Palmer had scored 6 goals in 41 fleeting appearances, having made his first team debut at 18. But with the likes of Foden, Grealish, and Doku ahead of him, Palmer took a leap of faith in himself and asked for a transfer, feeling he deserved to play more. Chelsea paid $40 million, which seemed a lot for a youngster who hadn't featured hugely. Palmer wasn't the only City youngster who moved on to find first-team football and flourished. Liam Delap had a stellar season for Ipswich in the Premier League. Then there's Morgan Rogers, who moved to Middlesbrough in 2023 before moving to Aston Villa in January of 2024 and establishing himself as a key player there. Back in the City youth sides, Palmer and Rogers played together and quickly became friends, and Rogers claims that Palmer took his goal celebration. Rogers still uses the celebration too, as he continues to bang in goals for Villa. But in another twist to the tale, the originator of the cold celebration may not even be a footballer. NBA star Trae Young used it before both Rogers and Palmer. Number 2. Palmer captained Man City's youth teams. Palmer isn't the most vocal guy, and he's not the type of player to shout his lungs out at teammates. So maybe you wouldn't think of him as captain material, but there are different types of skipper, and some lead by example, or by their ability to do things nobody else in the team can do. That is Cole Palmer all over. One day he'll skipper Chelsea, but he's had experience wearing the armband, having captained Man City's youth side. And it was a particularly successful campaign in the 2019-2020 season for City's under-18 team, with Palmer leading them out on the pitch. They won the league and the FA Youth Cup. Now as a tournament, the FA Youth Cup is often seen as a great calling card. So many legendary players first caught the eye playing in the tournament, including Michael Owen, Joe Cole, Wayne Rooney, Reece James, Mason Mount, David Beckham, and Paul Gascoigne. If you make it there, you can make it anywhere. And who knows, Palmer may not only captain Chelsea before long, but maybe even England. On to another fact about Cole Palmer you didn't know. Number 3, he's part of the famous Stockport Football Factory. These great young players who star in the FA Youth Cup all come from somewhere. There have been some incredible academies and pools of talent. United's class of '92, West Ham's academy in the mid to late '90s, and more. But there's an area in Greater Manchester that's long been a hub of brilliant young players, and it's Stockport. Yeah, this football factory in recent years has given us 3 of England's most exciting talents. There's Palmer, as well as Kobe Mainoo and Phil Foden, who all played for kids clubs within a few miles of each other. Not bad, Stockport, not bad. Wait till you hear this next fact. Number 4, Palmer was a United fan. That's right, the kid who rose up through the ranks of Manchester's Blue Half actually grew up as a Manchester United supporter. In fact, he's now at Chelsea, who for a time were United's biggest rivals during those early Roman Abramovich years. Those aren't the kind of clubs a Red Devil should want to be at, but never mind. His favorite player was Wayne Rooney, who, much like Palmer, had that incredible gift of winning games all by himself. Although they differ in style and approach, there's no doubt that Rooney's unfazed confidence and audaciousness must have rubbed off on Palmer a little. Number 5, Palmer was privately educated. Some people make fun of Cole Palmer. He carries a certain image of not being the sharpest tool in the box. His awkward, occasionally short answers in interviews maybe give a false impression, but it'll definitely surprise you to know that Palmer was privately educated. He attended the prestigious St. Bede's College, and his studies were funded by Man City, who put a huge deal of importance on ensuring their youngsters get a good education. That said, by his own admission, Palmer didn't always listen to his teachers. But there's no doubt when you look at how Palmer plays the game, he's got an incredible football brain, able to see 2 passes ahead and read the game so brilliantly. Number 6, Palmer's St. Kitts and Nevis heritage. Palmer's already well established in the England team and also represented his country of birth at youth level too. What few people know though is that Palmer has a pretty interesting Caribbean heritage. His great-grandparents and grandfather came to the UK as part of the Windrush generation from St. Kitts and Nevis. It's a point of huge pride, not only for Cole and his family, but also for St. Kitts too, who hope to welcome Palmer to his ancestral home one day. Palmer's understandably hugely popular out there now, and he often wears the flag on his boots. Number 7. By 21, Palmer had only played 1,481 minutes for Manchester City. By 21, Wayne Rooney seemed to have been around forever. Same with Michael Owen. Phil Foden had played 6,500 minutes for City by 21. Rico Lewis has already played 3,000 minutes and he's only 20. Some players are clearly brilliant, even at a young age, but it's not always easy to get that break. By 21, Palmer had only played 1,481 minutes for City. He was approaching key years. Young players often make errors or hit form in patches. Those creases you iron out over a long run of minutes played, whether it's for your club or out on loan. But it became apparent to Palmer those minutes weren't going to come at City, and he was way too good to drop to a Premier League club in the bottom half or a team in the Championship. And that's why his move to Chelsea was so important. It's made him. Check this next fact, which tells you how it's going now. Number 8. Palmer's only the third player under 22 to register 30 goal involvements in a single season. Getting your chance is one thing. Making the most of it and having an impact is quite another. Palmer went from occasional bench warmer at City straight into Chelsea's starting lineup and has been first name on the team sheet ever since. He joins Robbie Fowler and Chris Sutton as the only players under 22 who have had 30 goal involvements in a single season with his combined goals and assists. And you know what? It's scary how good Palmer is. The vision of the best attacking midfielders and the crisp finishing of a lethal striker. Does he have a weakness? He's also a record breaker, as shown by his next fact. Number 9, the only Chelsea player to score a first-half hat-trick. Palmer scores for fun, and he's netted some glorious goals in his first 18 months with the club. However, it was a flurry of 3 first-half goals against Everton in April 2024 that saw him become the first Chelsea player to score a first-half hat-trick. He didn't even stop there. Firstly, it was a perfect hat-trick. That means a left-foot strike, right-foot strike, and a header. But wait, there's more. He added a 4th goal on the hour mark from the penalty spot. Hang on, I haven't finished. This was his 2nd consecutive hat-trick, having scored 3 goals against Man United in the previous game. See, we told you this kid was good. It's the final fact now, and another record. Number 10, Palmer scores the most consecutive penalties without missing. Given England's record in penalty shootouts, you wouldn't think there were many spot kick masters in the nation, at least not since Matt Letizia, but Cole Palmer's lethal from 12 yards. In fact, he's so good, he set the record for most consecutive penalties scored with 12 clinical spot kicks tucked away. That's just in the Premier League too. His overall record at all levels is 17 out of 17. What's crazier is he doesn't practice them in training. The question is, how long can he keep going without missing? What do you think of Cole Palmer? Let us know in the comments below and be sure to like and subscribe.